Hi guys, welcome to Brass Bootcamp. In today's video we're going to be looking at some pieces which use some of our higher notes, specifically the note A for treble clef instruments and the note G for bass clef instruments. If you've not seen my increased range video, make sure you check that out as well, which will explain some of the exercises to help you out getting those high notes. The first piece we're going to play is Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. A few things to think about in this piece is saying a T position on your highest note. So if you have a look in the second bar, for the treble clef instruments, we've got our high A's, which is first and second valves, and make sure you're saying T with a nice fast airflow for your A's. If you're playing a bass clef instrument, then your G's are 1 and 2 for euphoniums, or 4th position on the trombone. When I was playing that, I was thinking ta 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 ti ti ta. I was also thinking about accelerating my airspeed as I went higher, so from blowing going up higher. So here's that again. The rest of this piece is pretty simple. It just uses the first 5 notes you've learned, C, D, E, F and G for treble clef instruments, or B flat up to F for bass clef instruments. The second line of this piece is the same phrase repeated twice. It sounds like this. We're making sure our tonguing's nice and clear, a nice T to start each note, and we're making sure all the notes sound nice and even. The last line of this piece is the same as the first line, making sure we're getting our high A's for treble clef and high G's for bass clef. Ta, ta and T. Our next piece is London Bridge, or London Bridge is Falling Down. In this piece we need to discuss a new rhythm. The first rhythm in the piece is a dotted crotchet, followed by a quaver, and we count a dotted crotchet 1, 2 and 3, 4. So the first rhythm in the piece, 1, 2 and 3, 4. The difference between counting 2 on a minim and counting 2 on a dotted crotchet. On a minim we count 2 and move on beat number 3. On a dotted crotchet we count 2 and move on and. So a minim is 1, 2, 3, and a dotted crotchet is 1, 2 and 3. Here's the start of London Bridge. We're after a nice tar position for our G's, moving to a T for the A and back down to a nice tar position for the G's and F's. If we're playing in bass clef, a nice tar position for your F, moving to a T for your G's. The last line of this piece is pretty much the same as the beginning. It goes like this. The next piece is Clair De La Lune, and again more A's for treble clef instruments and G's for bass clef instruments. Again, making sure ta for your low notes, tar for the middle ones, and as we're moving to these high notes, making a nice T position, nice fast airstream. You'll notice that there's a repeat mark at this point, which means go back to the beginning and do it again. Also in this piece you'll notice there is a flat in the key signature. The first flat is always a B flat. However, in this piece there's no note B, so you don't need to worry about the flat at all. If you're in bass clef, you'll notice there's 3 flats. Again, the third flat you can ignore it because there's no A's. The rest of this piece is nice and simple. Make sure you're using the right tongue position and the right speed of air to get the right pitch of the note. Next we've got God Save the Queen, the national anthem of England. This piece uses some dotted crotchet rhythms as well. You'll notice this piece is in 3/4 time signature, which means there's 3 beats in every single bar. Note in the second bar, the note low B, which is second valve for treble clef instruments, and the note low A, which is second position on trombone or second valve on euphonium. The rhythm in the second bar is similar to our dotted crotchet, but now we're in 3/4 time signature. The rhythm goes 1, 2 and 3. Ta, ta, ta. Counting 2 beats on the dotted crotchet and moving on and. phrase moves a little bit higher, making sure we've got a nice transition from our low C or low B flat up to our high or middle G or middle F. A few bars in this piece which you'll need to practice are the beginning of the last line and the third bar of the last line. The first bar you'll need to practice to get your fingers moving nice and quickly and synced up with your nice tonguing. If you're playing the trombone, you need to get your arm movement synced up with your tonguing instead of your fingers. The first bar of the last line sounds like this. I would advise playing that bar 5 or 6 times until it's nice and crystal clear. The third bar of the last line, same thing. Practice it 5 or 6 times until you're really happy. Make sure you say a nice T position for your A or G. The last piece I'm going to cover in this tutorial is Old McDonald. Again, lots of A's or G's in this piece. Nice T position, nice fast airstream. The second part of that piece, T, T, ta, 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 A, G, G, F for treble clef instruments, or G, G, F, F, E flat for trombones. The next part of this piece is very similar. Make sure you breathe where the ticks are. I'm going to play from the last note of the first line. The next phrase starts on the last note of the second line. You need to make sure you're saying a tar position for your Fs and a taw position for your low Cs. If you're playing the trombone, tar position for your E flats and a taw position for your B flats. Finally, the last line of this piece is exactly the same as the first line. I hope you found this video useful. If you've not seen my range building for beginners video, check that out. Keep practicing, keep persevering. The 2 things you need for your high notes, high E tongue position and nice fast airstream. I hope you've enjoyed the video and I'll see you soon.